We've set up the event today to really start showing people how Cube technology can start bringing all this data together, making it easier to analyze and understand. These are the companies that have accepted the invitation today. I think it's evidence of the sort of interest that there is in this topic. Data generally is becoming a huge problem. It's always been a problem, it's getting bigger and bigger. Bringing this down to kind of the audience here today, who are primarily from banks and energy trading companies. If you look at an organisation with 100,000 outstanding trades, and each of them has an average duration of 100 days, and you'd like to perform some sort of historical VAR on it or some sort of simulation on each trade per day, say 1,000 simulations, that gets you up to 10 billion data points that you need to be able to aggregate, slice and dice and analyse.
The cube is a three-dimensional object. Well, actually, OLAP cubes are multi-dimensional, and by that we mean you've got specifically a lot of data in this cube, which we call facts or measures, and you've got a lot of dimensions. You can slice those numbers in many different ways.
For the last 2 years, we've been building a couple of cubes. One, both cubes are for the risk managers. They measure all the sensitivities and they're used every day for them to monitor the risk against limits and VAR and things like that. We've built two cubes. One is fixed income and another is for equities. Cubes are very fast. They allow you to build something and get to first base very quickly. So what we started off by doing, the users had built an application to do that, manage their risks using Excel and Access. Within a couple of months with cubes, we were able to give them what they already had, but in a much more structured and easy to use and better manner.
Our user base was already very familiar with Excel. They're very analytical people anyway, but also the cube was structured in such a way that it was very intuitive for them to quickly start using the cube. Our sort of training for them was minimal. You know, they were away with it.
Once we built the cube, one interesting thing was that we built it for risk managers, but once it was there, other groups started getting interested in it and do use it as well. So now we've got valuation, some of the front office, and even the people who run the source systems themselves actually use it.
It's going to be a key part of analysing risk to look at trends, and the cubes are very good at looking at data over time, slicing and dicing over date dimensions, looking at close of business previous. There's all types of calculations that you can do within the cube to handle that, so they're a perfect choice for us looking at time-related data.
When I joined in 2004, we were 12, I believe, and now we are more than 900. So yeah, it's a huge growth, not in terms of just people, but also in terms of trading volume, in terms of what we trade. We used to trade only crude, now we trade crude, refined product, power, gas, coal, a little bit of LNG, and soon also some metals. One of the main reasons we took the cube is to be able to break these silos, so everything in one place. Also speed was very important. Very often the CRM systems are very good to calculate and compile data and market data, but they are slow. It's by batch, it's overnight process, it takes several hours. So we needed something fast on the fly to get position, P&L, credit exposure, and so forth. We have deployed 4 cubes. We have the first one is of all the analysts we have on dry freight, coal and metals. We have a cube for credit. And within the credit, in fact, you have sub-cubes such as the financial analysis, the credit exposure report. Then we have another cube for all the margining. And the last cube, the fourth one, is for the risk market. What I personally very like is that it's almost like rapid development. You ask something, within 2-3 weeks, you get a kind of a sketch. Well, because it's in fact in Excel, it is simple. So every user we have knows how to use Excel. There's no overnight batch cube. Everything is real time. It's very self-intuitive. You don't have to train user. It's almost like a dream. It's very, very simple.